Hello and welcome to the business segment of Success Africa, where we get to feature various industry leaders. In today's segment, we focus on manufacturing, which is a key pillar of the Big Four agenda. With me today is Nights in Noir, an umbrella of more than 6 brands, key among them Noir Life, which has a line of sneakers. Please stay tuned for more. Nice in you have amazing products in your catalog. Before we talk about these products, maybe our viewer is wondering who Nights in Noir is. Can you introduce yourself to the audience?
My name is Saint Sasis. I run Nights in Noir and I'm a multidisciplinary artist.
When you say multidisciplinary artist, or to a layman, what does that mean?
It means I work with different mediums. So for me, that means I write, I photograph, I design, I perform, I make music, and I'm able to combine these different art forms in many different unique ways.
Wow, you have so much that you do. What is your background?
I went to film school. I was training as a movie director. Now, to direct a movie means you have to be deeply acquainted with all the crafts in filmmaking. So what we're talking about today, what we're going to be talking about today with Noir Life and the sneakers and the streetwear stems directly from the production design, which I was learning set design, makeup, and costume design. So all this stems from designing costumes.
Okay, what sparked the interest in the production of, you have shoes, you have clothes, you have ornaments, accessories.
Yes.
Wow.
So when I came back, I was in film school in New Delhi for 5 years. So when I came back and I wanted to shoot a movie, movies are a very expensive affair to put together. I got a DSLR camera and some prime lenses. So as I was preparing, I started photographing the city at night. And that ended up becoming a major project, and which was originally what Nights in Noir exclusively was. I was photographing particularly in Nairobi streets at night, so doing street photography. The project got a lot of traction. The project also had its own challenges. I got arrested as a terror suspect while doing it. Initially, it started really well. I think within the first 100 days of putting the project out, I was on BBC World Service. I was getting interviewed by other international media. I was getting featured in a book. I got arrested as a terror suspect. Things became more challenging. Eventually, almost a year after, as a result of being arrested as a terror suspect, I became homeless for a period of time. Later on, I got a heart attack from all the amount of pressure that was coming from that. So I'm here. I'm here and actually doing more. I think when you get to a point where you get like a brush with death or face to face with a situation where you could have died, you appreciate life more, and you start putting out more of yourself and doing as much as you can. You realize time is limited.
Why were you linked to terrorism?
Well, going around the city at night, taking pictures with the camera.
Of course,
People.
it's a risk affair.
It's
It's a
a,
risky affair
it's
for
yes,
photographers in this
yes.
country.
So, yeah, so people became, I think, people become suspicious. People in particularly Africa are not used to seeing people walking around with cameras unless you're with a television crew doing something for a media house. But photography as an art form is still majority of the population do not understand that type of concept.
Right, hope they'll understand soon.
Yes.
Yes, let's talk a little bit about that name, Nights in Noir. What
Yes.
inspired that name?
So when I was in film school, one of the genres that inspired me a lot was film noir. So film noirs are these films which have an almost dark worldview and are willing to look at life with much more reality. And I always wanted to shoot a film noir. I'd been watching a lot of film noirs. So when I was back in Nairobi and I had my DSLR camera and I was walking around the streets, it emerged naturally that the street photographs I was shooting were very cinematic. When you look at them, they look like and actually this someone else told me this for me to realize it, because the pictures look very normal to me because it's the way I see. But someone mentioned to me early on, they look like, it makes the city look like a film set, and the photographs look like a scene is either beginning or it's in the middle or it's ending. So there was that very movie quality even in the photographs. I was looking for a name, and when I initially put them out, after a few weeks, I put them out on social media, and within a few weeks I was being invited to speak about them in public forums, and I had to look for a name. I tried for a couple of days and then it hit me like Noir. So and I was doing this at night.
Yeah.
So the name Nights in Noir came up.
Okay, let's talk about your shoes. You have very good quality of shoes.
Thank you.
What inspires your design?
The same ideas of noir. So from a background of costume design, I look at the people who will be wearing these as characters, and the characters are noir characters. So from the ideas of film noir and costume design for film noir is the key inspiration. And also I intersect that with street culture, so strongly street photography, because initially when the idea for sneakers came to me was that here you're a street photographer. Street photography is a very physical activity. You have to do a lot of walking in the streets. So for a street photographer, after your camera, the second most important thing is your shoe. Is a pair of shoes. What are you walking around with? Can they handle the activity, the activity that you're doing? So I started developing that as I started developing the sneakers as an intersection between street photography and the concept of noir that I had. And that now made me expand Nights in Noir, because Nights in Noir was initially just street photography. Yeah. So the street photography now has its own brand within Nights in Noir, which is Obscura Noir. So in photography, a camera is called there's an obscura. It's a box initially. The idea it's a dark room. It's a small dark room box where you capture an image. So hence obscura and noir. It's actually called a camera obscura. And then now with the streetwear comes noir life, which is strictly streetwear. Yeah, and it's a very exciting idea, and I discovered a few weeks back that I am the first and currently only street photographer in the world with their own sneaker line.
Wow.
Yes.
That is quite interesting. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you're in manufacturing. How do you get the material for making your shoes?
So I predominantly make the shoes with leather. I source for the leather in local tanneries in Kenya. There are currently, I think, 13 official tanneries. Not all the tanneries are in full operation. Each tannery has their different styles, different specialities and strengths and varieties that they make. So I source from tanneries.
Wow. Any challenge around the sourcing of the material?
Well, most tanneries will sell in bundles, which is bulk. So you have to buy the leather, but you have to buy a lot of leather because right now, like when I make sneakers on order, someone may want a specific color, a specific type of leather, and there are many types of leather. So getting one piece means I have to be able to get it from a tannery which sells only one piece of leather, which I mean the minimum order you can make is one piece of leather.
Yeah, and what is the pricing of your shoes, considering what is involved in the creation, the maybe importing the material and stuff?
So right now the shoes range from, well, it depends with the design and it depends with the size of the shoe. So like this pair goes for 5,500 currently. This goes for 4,500. This pair that you had shown earlier goes for 5,000, and this currently goes for 2,500. It's a match. I think this. So like this pair, the amount of leather I use on this pair, this one shoe makes 2 pairs of this. So that also contributes to a huge price difference.
Quite interesting. And this is great work you're doing here. Do you have perhaps a school where you train people on doing the same, or is it something that is in the pipeline? Maybe you're thinking of doing it.
Yes, it's something I'm thinking of doing. I've shared on social media a bit. I want to put out a sneaker lab, so where people can start learning sneaker design, because in Africa, sneakers in Africa are seen as a very foreign thing, but as you can see, it can be done. Yes. So it's seen as a very foreign and mysterious process. So I want to share, and I want to see more and more sneaker designers from Africa.
So we have shoes all over, and more lines are coming up. What is that unique thing that someone will find in a shoe that perhaps they won't find somewhere else?
Most sneakers are made for particular sports. These sneakers are made as one, shoes you can wear going around specifically in the streets. So a lot of walking, a lot of urban activity, and also as a fashion statement. You have to look good out. You have to look good out here in the streets. Another thing is that these sneakers are handcrafted, as opposed to sneakers which are made on a factory line. When a sneaker is handcrafted, there's more attention to detail that goes into the construction. Machines, till date, machines cannot perform operations in a more sophisticated way than the human hand. They may be more efficient, they may be faster, they may have a specific precision, not all-round precision, but a specific precision that's engineered into it, maybe to make a straight line or to make a particular curve. But the human hand is way more versatile. Another thing is that these sneakers are made with full leather. The upper part is a leather, and the lining is also a leather. So, which means it is a more durable. It is a more durable sneaker and a much stronger sneaker. Most sneakers are made with a fabric lining that eventually starts tearing up, starts forming a lot of smells from the sweat, is much harder to clean properly. So a full leather sneaker is always a superior product.
Brilliant. And as you're speaking about the sneakers, maybe there's a viewer somewhere who is interested to know how they're made. Do you mind taking us through the process of creating the sneakers?
Oh yeah. So you start figuring out an idea for a sneaker. You do research, a lot of visual research, a lot of also concept research. What's the idea behind the sneaker you want to do? And you document your ideas mostly. You'll add some notes, but a lot of visual notes, so a lot of drawing. So one, it helps if you're very good at drawing. I'm very good at drawing. I could make a very quick portrait of you.
Wow.
Yes. I've been drawing since childhood, so get your idea down in a notebook or somewhere, or in a computer, mostly with drawings, because that's how you'll communicate the idea, even to yourself in later stages, or to a team if you're going to be making it with a team of people. Get your idea, design. After you get your idea, you now design the sneaker. Make a clear design. You have to design each and every component, each and every piece, each and every little detail of the sneaker has to be designed. Every single line, every single curve, you design that. Once you have your design locked in, you select materials. Like I would select from the leathers I have. Select your materials, cut your materials into pieces, put your materials together. Once you put your materials together, you put it on a shoe last to form the three-dimensional shape. You literally started with material which is two-dimensional and a flat surface. You put it on the last, form a three-dimensional form, put the sole together, and you have a sneaker.
Beautiful. And there's something you said in the beginning about sneakers and the perception of Africans. As we wind up, what would you say to the African population in regards to perception and the production of sneakers?
Sneakers can be done, and it would be really great to see more and more sneaker designers coming out of Africa. There's almost just about a handful of sneaker designers you can list in Africa, some in West Africa, South Africa, and East Africa. When I'm making these sneakers, most people who have seen these sneakers have actually told me I have imported the sneakers and they're not made in Africa. I find it very flattering, but I don't want to, it's not an idea I want to encourage. It's not an idea I want to let it just pass by. I find it almost effortless for me to make a sneaker. I'm currently putting out one sneaker a week. For the foreseeable future, probably for the next few months, I'll be putting out one sneaker every week. I've been doing it for, I think, a month and a half now. Part of it was to demonstrate to people that, hey, these sneakers are being made here, because for someone to be developing sneakers abroad and bringing them in, new developments each week, I think is a very difficult task of it. And I think the attitude of the ideas, also perceptions in Africa about sneakers will change in time, with more people getting used to seeing African designed and made sneakers. And I want to do this and put it out to the world and let the world know and recognize and acknowledge that sneakers, they are African sneakers, which are world-class produced items.
Yeah, and Africa has great potential, and you can see it through the work you are doing. Thank you so much, and congratulations on the launch of your line.
Thank you too. I'll keep on making more, and I think people should follow me on social media to see more of what I'm doing and the sneaker designs I keep putting out. And my social media handles are one at Noir Life. I don't know if we'll be able to share them somewhere on the screen here. At Noir Life for the sneakers, but the whole the complete projects which I run are at Nights in Noir. And people can also follow me personally at Saint Sasis.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. Thank you for hosting me. It's been enjoyable, and I'm looking forward to sharing my progress.
And we shall be here to keep track of your records, of your progress.
Yes.
Okay. For a product like this to be made in Africa is a clear indication that Africa holds great potential. Nights in Noir have set the pace, and it's a call for others to hit it. This is the business segment of Success Africa, brought to you by me, Abuladze Imbukwa. Keep it Success Africa.